You're the last one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like me.
It's very intense.
Hello. I have one question. What habits would you like to give up?
What habits?
Yeah.
I have some negative internal monologue a lot. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Yeah. So I think I would love to give that up. And that's something that I've been working on, is to not have, I used to think it was good as an artist to, critique and almost denigrate, it was like, oh, I'm being tough on myself, that's good. As I've gotten older, I realized that that's not good. You want to work on your self-love, like to love yourself is very important, because you're worthy of love. And if you can't love yourself, it's really hard to let other people love you. And I think, so for me, it's a habit that I'm breaking here and there, and I feel really silly. Sometimes I'll look in the mirror and I'll just try and say something nice. And I feel so silly, but I feel good afterwards. It's like if you feel good, let that in. Let yourself feel good, and smile, and enjoy, and say positive things about yourself. Because there's so much positive goodness in you. And the more you talk about it, the more you celebrate it, that the more you'll feel it. And so that's a great question. Thank you so much. Yeah. What about you?
I like food a lot, and I eat when I'm bored. And when the kids are snacking, I like just eat with them. And it gets a little, I think when I grew up in a household with 5 other boys, my mom would, for example, make a casserole, and you had to eat really, really fast. So I never really tasted food. And now my wife cooks, and she's really helped me to taste the food. And with that, I'm a big multitasker. I like doing a lot of things at the same time. I feel accomplished. But with that, you miss the beauty of enjoying what you're doing. May that be just reading a book or, eating, like turn the TV off, really taste the food. And I've been doing that more, and I've been limiting because I just used to eat so fast and mainly just out of boredom. So it wasn't a good habit to do, because it's like, what's the why behind why you're doing it? And for me, I was just uncomfortable doing nothing. So I would just go to the fridge or the snack closet, and then I'd have to work out even harder to burn all that off, which I do like that part. I liked working out then, but
When you have like dinner with your wife and kids, do you guys sit down together, or is it kind of on the, you do?
Yeah, that's super, super important for us. So I also, it's one of those hard things where I'll fast as well. So if it's my first day of the fast, I try not to be tempted by the food, because it's like after the second day, then it's really good. I've been doing these like 5-day just fast, like 100-hour fast, which is amazing. I highly recommend if anyone wants to just like kickstart their stem cells and their atrophy in their body. It's really, really great. I do it mainly just kind of for control in a way. Like when I feel out of control, I feel like that's one thing I can control, is like, that's the biggest battle. Like for me, to not snack or to eat, and when I really want to hone in and just like cut it all out, or water fast. But also spiritually, like I feel like when I'm unhealthy in my diet, I'm usually unhealthy in my mind. And so it's a big trigger. So if I haven't had like my prayer time or Bible time, I'm a cold turkey person. I just gotta stop it all. And so that's what's really important when we can all sit down at dinner. And if I'm not eating, it's fine, because then I get to like feed my son, and then my wife gets to eat. Because a lot of wives, they do so much, and I'm like, babe, eat, baby. She's like, I'm trying, there's kids. But yeah, it's really important for us. Do you guys always?
Yes, we do. Like it's something that I always talk to people, and I'm always like, I really recommend when you, as a family unit, even if it's just husband and wife, or just as a family, sitting down to dinner together. It should be a communion. It should be, you're together, like enjoy that moment, celebrate each other, enjoy the food together. Like, oh, how do you think? How do you think? You know. And then one of the things we started doing too recently that I love is we started eating by candlelight.
We've tried that. I've been seeing that in like the whole piece of it.
So nice. It just like the kids feel it, you know, like, and they just become quieter and a little bit. They sit up straighter.
It's intimate and
it's a good vibe. So I highly recommend go buy some candles, and the next time you're having dinner with somebody, just turn the lights off, light those candles, and see how a little bit different it feels, a little bit more connected, a little bit more, I don't know, honest. There's something beautiful about that.
We do this, it's called Table Topics. So it's these cards that I saw this other YouTube couple do, and we bought them, and there's a couple's one or a family's one, and it's questions. I love asking questions and with my wife, but it's also really fun to have random questions. Like, what floor of a skyscraper would you like to live on if you could? And just hearing people's responses, especially your wife, you get to learn. That's one of the best things about marriage. We are always changing, like as humans. If you aren't changing, like I'm nowhere near the person I was in my teen years, the 20s, to I'm almost 40 next year. And with your partner, when you get to really see how they're changing and you change together and you learn them, it's amazing to continually learn about yourself as well as them. So that's always fun having those table topics. And I can't wait till my kids are a little bit older. I still have a 3 and a 1-year-old. And I remember other peers and friends talking about how they would go around the table and just say like, hey, what happened today? Or what are 3 things you're grateful for? And just building an environment of gratitude around the table and saying blessings around the food and really just encouraging each other and speaking love to each other. So
I think that's a great thing too. Is like, when you're at dinner, being grateful and talking and sharing what you're grateful for. Like, hey, well, like today I'm really thankful that this happened, or I'm really thankful that happened for you. It's like it's cool. It's cool. Positivity out there. I think it's easy to get weighed down by negative with social media, with sometimes the way the world feels. But it's important to remember that social media is not real. This is real. Like we're together right now. Like you guys, we're looking at each other. This is a moment, and to have those moments with the people you love the most, that's what really matters. Everything else is noise. Just be, embrace love, embrace joy, and do it with gratitude. And I know that's when I feel the best. And I just hope the best for all of you. I think, I just want to say thank you on behalf of, like Kellan and I and all the people here today. Thank you all for coming out. Thanks for, inviting us into your lives, watching the movies, or, enjoying the art that we make. As actors, as artists, we cannot, we can't do this without you. So thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you all very much.
Well, we'll see you around. We're here for a couple days, so come get photos, autographs, give us a big hug. We just love you guys.